fun, so turn your radio up.
Hey, what's happening? You tuned in to another exciting edition of the Re-Up. I'm one of your hosts, Bishop One Good Leg, and you got my man Deacon Seaworth, you know what I'm saying, in the cut. Lasagna is sure to follow. But tonight, man, we got a very, very special guest, and I know you guys just listened to that intro. This is the man that made that, you know what I'm saying? This is the man that put all that music and stuff and all that singing and vocals and everything together. And we got him with us tonight, man. He with us, you know, because he didn't forget us. Look at somebody and say he's with us because he didn't forget us. Oh, my God. I feel my help coming, and it's on the way. Man, just a very, very talented and special young man. Known him for many years and just love him and his family to death. Y'all give it up. Put your hands together. Studio clap for Erick Matthews, better known as
Nkosi.
Oh, say it again. Nkosi.
Yeah, man.
Woo.
Nkosi was
Yeah. So we're gonna get into it with him and find out what he's been up to and talk to him about stuff that's important to him and important to you that you need to know about him and concerning him and all that there. So ain't no further ado. You know what I'm saying? Shelton, do what you do.
I'm doing what I'm doing, man. So real quick, I'm up here looking. Facebook is not connecting right now, so I'm trying to figure out why. So
they playing games.
It's playing games right now. Now YouTube is connected. We live and direct on YouTube
on
right
Facebook.
Now. Right. We get shadow banned. That's what. That's because Dion talking about the disciples was was secular. The man reported you.
Listen. I just told the truth about them dudes, man. They, you know, they was out there in the streets. They wasn't necessarily for the streets, but they was out there in the streets, you know. And Jesus went and got them. He said, "Look here, come off that corner, and come with me."
Absolutely.
He said, "Come off the corner."
He's okay.
Woo! Hi.
Yes, man. As Dion, I'm sorry, Bishop. Oh, there goes Sonya. Here we go.
Oh,
the whole fam.
She low.
Oh, wait a minute. She got the hair. Well, Sonya.
I ain't seen her. Oh, God! What the? Holy is the Lamb of God. Holy is the Lamb. Get some of that glare off you. Let's see you for real. Let's see you real.
Hey.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. We're going to get this right.
Yeah.
You got color in your hair and everything.
She spent at least $20.
Yeah, we had to shoot. You know, you got to do something different. Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all know it was Sonya's birthday.
How you doing, Mr.? I see Mr. Matthews back here.
Hey. How are you?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Good. How's everybody doing?
Sonya's aging backwards like Benjamin Button up in here. Getting younger every
That's
time.
how it be. Yeah, to get that color going, you can't help but to go backwards.
That's it. That is it.
No, good to see you, though. It's good to see you. Long time no see.
Been a minute. But
I think we all up.
Turn your volume up.
My volume?
Who,
yeah, stop speaking like
Is it me or him?
Say it with your chest.
Now, whose volume is down? Is it me or him?
No, never your volume. Never yours.
Sheldon, can y'all hear me?
That wasn't even.
Okay, gotcha.
We can hear you.
Okay.
All right. So let's get this started, man. As y'all can hear, we got old just friend of the family. He's actually been in the studio with me. Y'all heard the music when it came on. Y'all always wanted to know what that voice was. This is the man, the myth, the legend, right here. The re-up song. That's him right there. Like when we out here going worldwide, you know, we coming out to that music. Y'all coming out to Erick Matthews, man. So
We're gonna
Yes,
remix
sir.
that though. I got an
we gonna
idea.
remix it. You gonna
Yeah,
remix it?
yeah.
What's the remix? What's the
I gotta-
remix? What's the idea?
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. We just got to get in the studio. You know, me and Easy E, we be in the studio collabing. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's how we do it. You know, ain't that right?
Straight
Easy?
collab.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So now, first of all, right, we got to catch up, right? If you're just joining us on the re-up, we have Erick Matthews, and he's a near and dear friend of me at this particular point in my life, man. And it's weird. Sonya, Dion, I don't know if y'all know the story about how I met Erick. Y'all know the story?
Mm-hmm. I remember.
You
You
do?
remember?
I remember.
I don't know if I do.
He was a fan of Eric's music, and you know what I'm saying. Got a chance to meet that brother through a happenstance type situation, and it went from there. It went crazy.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest with you guys, look, when God put J Agape on my heart to do, well, actually, right before He put J Agape on my heart to do, what it was is I'm a big fan of music. I love music. Like, at the time, you know, Wu-Tang, Nas, Jay-Z, all of them was my boys, right? Back in VA. And God convicted me because He was like, look, son, if you're gonna be doing what what I want you to do, I need to introduce you to some folks that got some voices, that got some really good content, that's gonna, you know, keep your mind right? I can't be out here you know, listening to the shoot 'em up, bang bang, all that type of music. And one of the first CDs that someone put in my hand was Erick Matthews, and I was like, man, okay. And my response to God, y'all heard me tell you this before. My response to God was like, look, you know, I like my music. I love my beats. I love my sounds in my car. Like, and I can't be bumping during the middle of the week listening to this Mahalia Jackson or you know, Yolanda Adams. It's good. It's good for certain circumstances, but you know, I need something I can vibe to. And someone said, "Hey, check this out," and they put it in my hand, man. And even the season of my life that I was going through, it actually helped bless me. So lo and behold, I think it was like maybe 10 years later, I'm here in Texas, and we were invited to like a concert that was going on, and we were just doing a re-up. I don't think y'all came to that one, to that concert, but they came in, set me in the front. They set me right next to Erick Matthews, and he got up there and son, I was like, Erick Matthews. I was over here fanboying, Dion, like.
Yeah.
I know he probably was looking at me like what's wrong with this stuff? But he didn't know how his music had blessed me, man.
Yeah.
I'm humbled, man. I'm humbled and honored. I am.
But now, fast forward, man. He left for a little while. Went to Gambia, right? Gambia, Africa, on the west coast of Africa.
West Africa, right?
What's
Yeah,
going?
3.5
Okay.
years, man.
And as you can see, his name now is Nkosi.
All right.
So he done went over to Africa. He done came back with a new name. Nkosi.
Not Nkosi. Yeah, right.
Nkosi. My bad. You know, I'm not. I ain't been over there yet. But
You got to make that noise when you say it. And the end is the noise. Nkosi. Nkosi.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we got it.
That way it comes out right. Nkosi.
Oh, okay.
so tell us the story of that, man.
Well, the name change came, man, as a result of a couple series of events, and the mindset.
Show, can you turn this volume up?
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Get closer to the microphone. There you go. Come on. Bring it on home. Come on. There you go.
Oh,
Give it
you
some.
muted now.
Muted. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
What about now?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
You hear
good.
me now?
perfect.
Like,
Yeah, you
yeah.
sound good.
Okay. Yeah. So real quick, the name change came as a result of a couple things that were going on in my life. I think it was right after George Floyd. I was just like, man, I want to make a change. I want to do something different. And so I decided to go to Africa, and kind of experience something that at the time I had not experienced. And so while being over there, I wanted an African name. I went to really learn a lot about my heritage. Of course, we've all heard about the slavery and all of that, but to really just be there on the ground and see what was going on, I wanted an African name, because I really wanted to learn the language. I really wanted to understand the culture, so forth and so on. So I wanted something, though, that meant the same thing as my birth name. So Erick means ruler, king, and then Nkosi means the same. So that's how I came up with Nkosi. It means the same as Erick, but it's just an African name.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Okay.
smart.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
did you learn some of the language too, man?
Yeah.
I
Yes,
did.
you
I learned. I came in contact. First of all, there's a lot of tribes there, and
Okay.
they speak. Pretty much mostly everybody speaks about 6 or better in terms of languages. No one speaks under 6 different languages that I met. So you're talking about French, German, and then some of the tribal, like Mandinka, Wolof, Seri. There are many tribes there, and they all have their own languages. So, but I learned Wolof because Wolof in Gambia is kind of the main language, except for like on the outskirts, because there are more Mandinkas in Gambia than any other tribe. But they live out in the provinces. That would be kind of like in the country parts of the city if it was here in America. But in the inner city, Wolof is a language that mostly everybody talks, no matter where they come from or what their predominant language is. They talk Wolof. So I learned that because I was doing business, and I wanted to make sure that I was able to understand what people were saying, around me. I think that was very important. So I started because I had 9. Exactly. I had 9 employees, and they all were African employees, Gambian employees. So I had to learn the language.
Okay. And why did you choose Gambia?
Wow.
I chose Gambia because, at the time I was looking at Tanzania and a couple other places. But I chose Gambia because as I was streaming one time, I ran into a family that moved over there, and they were doing extremely well, man. Matter of fact, they're the biggest YouTubers over there in Gambia. I think they got maybe about 60,000, close to 70,000 subscribers. And just looking at their story, following their story, and that made me start doing research. So I didn't have to get any shots, any yellow fever shots. I could get my visa when I landed. It was not as developed as Ghana or Nigeria, which was great for me because I knew I was going to start business there, and I would be on ground level zero, with pretty much a head start with the skills that I was bringing, and pretty much everything that I expected it to be, and the reasons why I moved there proved to be the right reasons for me.
Okay. All right.
He done went over
so
there.
it was.
He run around people speaking 6 languages. I could barely do this one. I'm gonna have to step it up.
Now listen.
How about that?
Now
I'm
let
gonna have to step it up.
me
He done
tell
put
you.
some pressure on me.
Let me correct something now. I don't know 6 languages. I know one, barely, outside of English. Now
Okay,
I
he go.
understand some, but I can't speak it.
Okay,
So don't put that on me. You ain't got to be
Yeah.
pressured at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I sure appreciate him. He took the pressure off. He took it off.
He took it off.
Now you got.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yeah, I was
Go
gonna
ahead,
say,
Sonny.
No, I was going to ask him about music. Is he still writing some new music, or is he laying low and doing the business? Because the business sound like it took the forefront, but I just wanted to see, are you doing both, or just taking a hiatus from the music and concentrating on business, or let us know.
We got a world
Well,
premiere tonight.
I started doing music. Yeah, I'm definitely doing music. You know, that's part of why I'm on tonight. So, yeah, I'm definitely doing music. Music is something that I love. It's a part of me. It's something that I'm going to always do, whether I'm on a stage, you know, presenting my gift to someone, or whether I'm at home. It's going to always be something that I do. Shout out to Exquisite PR Firm. They are my publicists. You know, are working the current single around the country.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Now,
What's up, Exquisite?
shout out to y'all. Yeah. So, you know, back to what I was saying, music is definitely something that I'm going to always do, you know, whether it's on a big stage, I'll always do.
So, do we call you brother Nkosi or just straight Nkosi? Like what's like,
Man,
you know, what's proper?
Whatever your preference is, man, you know what I'm saying? Nkosi Majestic, Nkosi.
Cozy,
you know
King Nkosi?
Hey, Nkosi, you know, however you want to say it, you know, it's okay.
It's like that.
You know, whatever your preference is. Exactly.
So let me ask you this. As a follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna hear, you know, with this new music that you're making, are we ever gonna hear a situation where you get on the track and as soon as the beat comes on, you be like, Nkosi?
I mean,
no, he did.
He just
No,
gonna
he did.
he gonna ad lib his name into the song.
Hey man, hey, you know, I'll say this, man. I believe it's going to be a great body of music that people can really listen to and be impacted by and relate to as well.
Yeah.
By the way, people know me from my John P. Key days, and you know, branching out and doing my solo career as a gospel artist. But this body of music is going to be R&B / neo soul. So it's a totally different genre, you know, and I'm going to get a chance to really rub shoulders with some people out there in the world and share my gift, man, with a broader audience, perhaps people that would never come to church.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is definitely a real possibility that you could get on the track and say that, huh?
There's a possibility, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily my style preference, but you know, maybe, you know, who knows?
That's all right. You
You
know,
know
if
what?
you don't, I will.
You know, I was gonna say,
what up, Jake? What up, Jake?
I was gonna say, I'm glad you brought that up, Nkosi. We know you for your Christian music, right? And this is perfect timing. I don't think you even know this, man, because our last couple of shows, that's what I was messing with Dion about earlier, when he was talking about the disciples, have been people, Christians. I'm not gonna say people, right? Christians.
I'm sorry. What up, Jacob Anderson? My bad. I'm just getting shout out.
No.
I love support, man. My family supporting me, so I got to give them a shout out, man. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Tori Nelson.
Yeah, Tori Nelson.
Young Tori.
Yes, yeah. So
go ahead.
One of the things that, you know, we've been talking about over our last couple of episodes, because we'll remember a couple of weeks ago in the BET Awards, Will Smith performed with Maverick City and Kurt Franklin. And some Christian people lost their mind, man. Like we shouldn't be affiliated with, you know, secular artists, and, you know, regardless of what kind of music they're making and stuff. So, you know, talk to us a little bit about this change, man, and some of the thoughts you have about that, man, because, you know, again, I got to meet you personally, and I know what you grounded in, so I know anything you're doing, you ain't half doing it.
Hey man, I appreciate the compliment, man. My take on it all is life is time, and time is life. When you run out of time, you run out of life. When you run out of life, you run out of time. But one thing about time and life is inside of it, you're not really experiencing life and time in the way that you should unless you are growing or evolving, And so, it's extremely important to evolve. It's extremely important to grow, you know what I mean? And so what I'm offering as a body of music at this point is growth, moving more into life issues, talking about love, from my own perspective. As an artist, I've always written music, that matched my current situation in terms of life. So really, when you go back and look at my body of music from the start all the way up until present, it gives you a timeline of things that were going on in my life, throughout all of that music, because that's what I'm writing about. One of the things that I've learned in the music industry and any craft, when you're trying to communicate, is the only thing that you can communicate authentically and with conviction is what you have experienced yourself. And
Right.
that's the place that's my formula when it comes to putting music together. I just write currently what's going on now. If it's a sad moment, I'm gonna write a sad song. If it's a happy moment, I'm gonna write a happy song. If it's whatever it is, that's what I'm gonna write, because I feel like I don't want to reinvent the wheel when it comes to how people have responded to what I've done in the past. It's continuously worked for me because there's a bit of truth to everything that I write. So, and obviously the ones that are listening to it in some way and somehow can relate to it.
Yeah. No, I think that's the only way to really, walk out our purpose, man. Like, when I talk about when I'm talking about a subject or I'm talking about purpose, and we're on this radio show, the only thing you're gonna ever hear me talk about or be passionate about is something that normally I lived or I'm close to, and
Right.
fortunately God let me go experience a lot of things, so that means I got a lot to talk about. But
Absolutely.
but without those things, you know what I mean, you really don't have the content or the context that you need to put out a good project, man. So
Yeah. And context is extremely important, man. I think it's context that really touches a lot of people, especially when you're speaking in the context of what they're actually currently going through or have been through in the past. So yeah.
Awesome. Man, he done came on back, Sheldon, got a new name, new music, just done reinvented himself, as they say. He
Hey,
done came on out with it.
Man, I
I'm
can't
gonna
gotta
tell
wait
do
to
you,
that.
get in the studio with you.
I went to his page, right, and I found this picture right here.
Ooh.
Like,
That's when he was in Africa right there, huh? He was like,
yeah,
oh, he was grinding
Oh,
then.
he
Don't
was
put me up
fully
like
immersed
that,
in the
bro.
culture.
he was there. He was in the culture right there,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
I
he
was
wasn't
like,
playing.
okay.
Yeah.
They
Don't
wouldn't
mess
have
with
known he
him.
wasn't American until he opened his mouth.
Okay. They're like, he didn't come to play. He didn't come to play.
That's crazy, man.
No, that's funny.
No, man.
But I will go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I will tell you, man, it was an amazing experience for me, and I know we're getting ready to talk about the music, so I'll move on, but it was an amazing experience for me because there were a lot of things that I found out about the land when I got there. Like I don't know whether y'all noticed, but the roots story, Kuta Kente and all of that actually happened there on the land. So that was amazing. I got a chance to go see James Island, and take a look at where the slaves were, where the whole Kunta Kinte story happened, and it was just, I mean, man, it was amazing, man, because as far as I know, I'm the only person in my bloodline that has decided to go back and live on the land. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The actual land we were taken from. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's big.
So we got a question here. It says, "Do you think your music will impact the culture? And if so, what type of intellect does a person have to grasp the concept of your music?"
Great question.
And and it's 2 parts, so I'm gonna let you answer that first part first.
Okay. Do I think my music will impact the culture? For sure. Because everybody goes through heartbreak. Everybody can relate to pain. Everybody can relate to a lot of the subject matter that I have on this body of music. I named it Full Circle for a lot of reasons, because I've gone through quite a bit in my life, and these are things that I've come to understand that the human race has dealt with over time. And yeah, they're definitely going to be impacted because also music is solution oriented as well. I don't just write a song just because it sounds good. I actually give you formulas in songs that can help you through heartbreak, through pain, through, those kinds of things. So are people going to be able to grasp it? Yes, because I would consider myself as a wordsmith, and I can communicate on multiple levels, and so I think that they don't have to have a certain level of education to understand. All you have to do is just be familiar with pain and some of the subject matter that we're talking about. And then part two, and are invested through the art form of music to educate the emotional feelings of your audience. Absolutely. Before I even read that, that's what I'm saying. I think that, my mission is to embody solutions inside of music, So it's not just something that makes you feel good when you hear it. It's not something that just you can relate to, but you can hopefully kind of look at how I handled the situation, and maybe use some of the same, tactics that I use to make it through the pain.
Awesome. Sheldon, I can't wait to get this. Our people got to hear this.
You got me excited now. Wow. You better come on with it. Drop that beat, Shelton. Drop that beat.
Y'all want to hear the song now, or are we there yet, or what?
Bust it out, man. Let's do it.
Look at Sheldon.
Well, this is my brand new. This is my brand new single. It has hit radio currently. We're just at the beginning, so it's not everywhere yet, but we're working on getting it out to everybody. And I'll talk a little bit more about that after you hear it, but it's called Your Mind, and I hope you guys like it. So check it out.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Please stand by. We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
I had that
We
set
will
up.
resume our regularly scheduled program in just a moment.
Shelton, let me know when you have it ready. I can talk a little bit about it as well while you're doing that.
Yeah. So I know the single, you can see as it is, hot new single, Your Mind. So yeah, definitely tell us about the premise of it.
Yeah, the premise of it, man, is just really kind of reintroducing people back to love, when love was pure. You know how when you love somebody from the bottom of your heart and just everything about them you like, you know what I'm saying, and you cater to. So it's just really talking about real love, and creating a picture of a man, really catering to his woman. When you hear the lyrics, I know a lot of people will be able to relate to that. So that's what this particular song is about.
Got it.
And it'll be available for purchase on the 27th of this month.
Nkosi.
So are we ready?
The first time that I saw you, said to myself, I've got to have her. And in the back of my mind, I just thought I needed some time to make you mine, baby. And now that you're mine, I'll never let you go. Like to be together, go together. So promise you'll never you're mine. You're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby. You're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby. It's been a while, we're still together. 'Cause I can't get enough of your brown sugar. And even though we fuss and fight, I won't walk out your line. Baby, you're mine, baby, you're mine, baby, you're mine. And now that you're mine, I'll never let you go. Be together, roll together. So promise to never leave my side. Baby, I'm so glad you're mine. You're mine, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby. Oh, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby. Baby, you are all that I want in a woman. Love spending time with you from dusk to the dawn. My life looks just like you, so beautiful. I can't believe it, you are so incredible. Oh, let you go, roll together, so promise you never leave my side. Baby, I'm so glad you're mine. You're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby. Oh, you're mine, mine, baby. 'Cause you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby, you're mine. Oh, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine, baby, you're mine.
Nkosi.
Already.
All right, Dion. What now? What?
What, Dion?
What's your thoughts, man? What's your thoughts, man?
I can't see his face, man. The picture, my picture is up there. I can't see his face, but I need to see. I need to see expression on his face.
Hold on, you want to see his expression?
Yeah, you got my single
There you
cover.
go.
There we go. Look me in the eye, bro.
So
Yeah, look me in the eye.
definitely a vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely put me in the mind.
He's an expert. He's honest, right? Okay.
It definitely put me in the mindset, and I saw as that played. Do you know Ethan Kent?
I do. I'm familiar with Ethan.
That sound, I pictured you two working on a track together. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that would you know.
Is the spirit coming up on you,
That
bro?
would
I
be
see
next
you looking out up in the air. And
Yeah.
I can see that.
It was nice, man. I definitely was feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Appreciate it, bro.
you could definitely bump that in the streets, in your Jeep, in your Chrysler, in your Lincoln. It definitely is.
Appreciate it, bro.
It's ready. Look at somebody and say it's ready.
It's ready.
Now, come on,
It's
touch
ready.
him and say it's ready. Hot and ready like a Little Caesar pizza.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's some good stuff, man. That's some really good stuff, man. I want to ask you something. Do I have? Can I have your permission to talk about a conversation me and you had in private in your car one time?
Absolutely.
You know which one I'm talking about?
We've had quite a few, man. So I'm just gonna follow.
I was gonna say, be careful now. Be careful.
Hey,
No.
we already got
man.
in some trouble behind that last situation.
No, man. So like Eric mentioned before, man, he's worked with John P. Key. He's worked with a lot of different people, right?
Oh yeah.
Gifted musician, gifted singer, gifted producer. So because of that, I'm not even gonna name who the label was or anything, but a label reached out to him because they wanted him to do some R&B music, and Eric was in the middle of preaching. You know where I'm at?
Yeah.
he was at the height of, he was preaching. He was down here, dropping them sermons, and he's a gifted preacher. You know what I mean? But they offered him a position, man, to write and do some music for him, and he was torn. You know what I mean? And do you remember what I was telling you?
I wish I would Boy, I wish I would take that deal.
You remember what I said to you, brother, man? Because and I believe it more so now. That conversation was probably over 10 years ago, man. But I believe it more so now than ever. We need more Christians in this space, man. Writing R&B music, writing soul music, because just listening to the words, and I got to listen to it again and again and again. But from what I heard, man, it speaks to the real context of what love is supposed to look like, right? Because we got a lot of imposter love songs out there, man. That if you follow them too much, you might end up missing the boat.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to hear this, man. From just that standpoint, it took me back to that conversation, man, because I know how much. Your voice, who you are. We need more of that, man. We need more and more people. Not to say we don't need people in gospel music, right? It's great.
Yeah.
But
I think the gospel artists got it covered over there, man. I think they have it covered. You know what I'm saying?
They got it covered.
I think they got it covered, bro. We just seen the Stellars, man. There was some amazing singers on there, and I think they got it covered, bro. I'm out in the field, man, and I wanna rub shoulders, man, with everybody, and just share with you what I have in my heart to say through music, and I don't want any restraints, on me in doing that, man. I just want to be able to share the positive vibes that I have, it's gonna give me an opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. Sonya, what you got?
Oh no, I was reading Jacob Anderson. I was reading his questions and see what he was talking about. But yeah, I agree. I think we need to go out into all the world and spread, good news and good messages, because people going through a lot. They have a lot of heartache. They have a lot of pain, and it's good to hear something that you can hear with your grandma, you can hear with your cousin, you can hear with your auntie, and you don't have to duck down in the seat. You be like, oh, because some of this music. You're going to have to screen it before you get grandma up in that car and auntie and all. But this is like, you won't be ashamed for the kids to ride in the car. Your aunt, your grand. I'm serious. It seems like a simple thing, but it's so overlooked nowadays with music. It's not what it used to be. It's rough what they call it love now.
Lasanya, I want to comment on what you were saying, Lasanya, because I think the perspective I'm coming from is from a healed man.
Yes.
So there's a difference, when artists write and they write from their experiences, they write based on where they currently are. Where I am at this point is I am healed and I am healing. You know what I mean? And so now I can speak about these subjects that everybody deal with from a place of being at the end, of the pain and the hurt, and really wanting to now experience love on a whole nother level. I also would like to address Jacob's comment in terms of how I think it's saying how that I would feel like that black men we not allowed to show emotions. Yeah, I think in the past it's been a situation where black men and just men in general have not been allowed to show their emotions. But I think that's going to also come from a place of healing, a place of experience, because a lot of times we don't share our emotions because we don't want to be hurt, and we've been hurt before. We don't want to feel that pain anymore, so we don't share those emotions. So that's the aspect that I'm coming from. You know what I mean? And I think that when more music is released like this, you know, and more subject matter is like this, it'll educate not only the men but the women as well. You know what I'm saying? And so it says, I'm a 25-year vet in the music, artist, and music is a universal language and experience. It is. It is a universal language and experience. And even when I was in Africa, I had an opportunity to see people who were in relationships that didn't make it on a broad level. I mean, Americans married to Africans, you know, Africans are married to Caucasian Europeans. You know, I've seen all kind of different relationships. And so no matter what kind of relationship you in, with a Japanese or, you know, European, you know, we all have to deal with these issues, you know what I mean? Of pain, of trust, you know, of love, of, you know, cheating, you know, all of these different things we have to deal with. And so it is universal.
Yeah, I had a second part to that question. So do you think that women deeply understand the love of a man when he's trying to express himself and his feelings? You know, Jacob,
I think it depends on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you got
No,
it. I'm gonna follow up though.
I want your perspective, bro. I already addressed it. I addressed it just a few minutes ago. But go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean honestly, you know, it's something that me and my wife we have an event we call Men versus Women. And Eric, I think you were at our first Men versus Women, and we still do that, man. And one of the premise of it is that I like about it, man, is it does set a platform where men can express themselves in a comfortable state, right? Because it's twofold to me. One, we don't usually get like growing up as men, we're taught to hide our emotions. We're taught to keep our emotions, like showing our emotions is a sign of weakness, right? So whereas women, and I'm realizing this, you know, through my wife, right? So I'm expecting her to have some understanding of what my emotions is, just to assume that, but the articulation of it, I'm learning what that language looks like, right? Because it wasn't taught to me, you know, as a kid to be able to say, I'm sad, I'm upset, this bothered me when you did X, Y, and Z, you know, and to really articulate those feelings. So I think it's twofold. I think women definitely have an opportunity to I guess look out and help us with that articulation and look for that and build an environment that we feel comfortable enough to share that. Because the other thing is, the reason why we don't want to give it to you is because you might try to hurt us with it. You know, we feel like you're going to try to hurt us with it, right? So I think that's what they can do. But you know, transparently, the one thing that I'm learning is that, you know, I have to be really good at expressing what that is. And so when you're talking about your music, when you're talking about different things, I think that's an act of expression. That's a gift that a writer such as yourself has, to be able to articulate those feelings and help represent us fellas.
I like to say this, man. That's one of my purposes as well, because when I say I want my music to be solution oriented, there could be a situation where, you know, anybody with their spouse, whether it be a wife, girl, or whatever, friend, they want to explain to them, but they don't know how to articulate, right? So they say, well, listen, this is how I feel. Listen to this. This is how I feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, okay, I am articulating for them how they feel, if that fits the situation. But what I'm saying is that's how I view my music to be. You know what I'm saying? Solution oriented, you know, where if they don't know, because see, some men don't know how to verbalize how they feel. You know what I'm saying? But if they can reference a song and say, this is how I feel, I think that would be great, you know.
I'm inclined to say most men don't. I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, definitely in the early part of my life, I didn't know how to express my emotions. Now, I mean, if you ask my wife, I probably express my emotions really well. Too much.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Nicole, man. She says, welcome back. Nkosi Majestic. I can't wait to see what you have in store for us, man. And I definitely agree wholeheartedly with that, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm humbled, you know, and I appreciate, you know, the support and the interest. I definitely appreciate it.
So real quick, right? All right. So you've had this experience, man. One, I can still hear that sound that made you so popular in the gospel industry, right? So I hear that in it. I don't think that part will ever go, man, because that's just who. It's that soul in your voice, man.
Man, I appreciate that compliment. I will say, because the name of this project is Full Circle, when I write a song, I try to the first two things that I think about when I write a song and put it together is, what kind of feeling do I want to convey, right? And because this is talking about, you know, different times in my life, you're going to find that everything won't sound the same. You know, there are going to be different approaches, different lyrics to express what I was feeling at the time, and it's going to come across in a different way. You know, and it's going to impact those who are currently dealing with that. You know, so it's definitely not the same sound across the board. Just for
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Since you've been over in Africa, can we expect to have some of that element? Like,
come on now.
Absolutely. I have.
I've been jamming to these Afrobeat songs, right?
I have about 4 or 5 songs on the album that have the Afrobeat or island kind of feel to it as well. Yeah. So it's gonna definitely be different for sure.
What about the sound effects? You gonna have some of that?
It's all, man. It's. I'm gonna let you guys just interpret what you think about it. You know, it's gonna be 13 to 14 songs on the project. It's gonna be broad in subject, eclectic in style. You know, it won't all be the same style. But you know, the message is gonna be clear. Whatever the message is for that song, it'll be clear, and there is intent and intentionality behind it. So yeah.
You know, Dion is asking that question because he like to get on and do ad libs on people's songs. You know? So he trying to figure out where he can fit in on the project, man. That's what.
I already know.
Really
I know how to get in where I fit in. I know how
man,
to get
in. If I'd have known that, I was just in Dallas, man. About a week ago, I was there to shoot the video for this single, and because my schedule was so tight, I was only there for like 2.5 days, and we shot maybe 16, 17 hours of footage for the video in a window of 2 days. So I would have got you in the studio to you know, do some stuff, bro, but you know,
my pull-up game is so strong. My pull-up game is so strong. I'll pull up to where you're at and put it on you.
Hey man, hey bro, I know you got the goods, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you on one future song. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be called The Invisible Song.
All right. Hey,
The Invisible Song.
That's gonna drop on the 1st of February, huh?
Hey,
everything gonna be invisible. The singing invisible, the music.
Exactly. There you go. The lyrics won't be seen.
Everything invisible.
Oh man.
Hey, Sean, I want to comment on that one man's question about why does it happen that men are seen as weak? What y'all don't know is women taught the same thing. Like when we grew up, the men supposed to suck it up and be strong. So you learn that crazy stuff. So then when you date the man or you see a man, you have to be retaught and relearn that it's okay for them to express themselves because your grandfather, your dad, your great, that's all you taught too. Like they
Yeah.
only don't teach the men that, but we learn by growing up in that environment. You got to, so then you get a man that expresses himself and all of a sudden you're looking all crazy, like, what the heck? So we all have to be taught because we all grew up watching it, even though I'm a
Yeah.
lady. But you watch how your granddaddy do. Boy, suck it up. Falling off that bike crying. Now suck that stuff on up. You be in there crying now. Boys don't cry.
Right.
And that's not the truth. But we sitting on the sideline watching them not fall off the bike and be so we have to be retrained too on what a man looks like, a good man, and the way he expresses himself and emotions. And I do think this generation is better at articulating it and doing it. They may let out a little too much, but they do let it out. Show what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
it's a learning curve for all involved, not just the men, but it's us women too, how we've been raised, how we watched granddad and uncles and, men in our lives.
No, I completely agree. And I think the culture, I will say, like on TikTok and Instagram and all these different things, there's a lot of relationship panels and things like that. And some of them were really good. But some of them, I think, push that narrative. I know a year ago we did a show about alpha males, right? Alpha males and quote unquote beta males, and beta males was supposed to be the simps, right? Because they're vulnerable or they're sharing things. So part of society is still trying to drive that narrative, man. And that goes back to what I was saying about having people who don't have a problem being transparent about what real love looks like, because real love is it opens you up, man. it requires you to be open to either the greatness that can come from it or the hurt that can come from it. You know what I mean? The only main person that can really probably get at me at this point right now is my wife. That's the only person that's close enough in my circle that can really, but that's part of what love is. For me to even be close to her, I have to be that open and that vulnerable to her to even receive that. That's where, to me, intimacy starts from,
Right.
on both of our sides. So, to your point, yeah, I think it's taught in both ways. And I think that marriage, and I think going through relationships, successful relationships and not successful relationships, helps us understand that balance of, what it's supposed to look like, in the end, so.
I wanted to chime in as well and say that, in my experience over the years with dating and so forth, I've had women share with me because I was articulate in how I felt, that they understood and that they accepted it. They didn't look at it as weak. So I think it just depends on how you express your love. I mean, I've heard certain women say, "You are a real man," whatever that means. You know what I mean? I'm sure the ladies know what that means. You're a real man. Just because I don't show fear in communicating how I feel. But again, I'm in a different place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm healed,
Right.
More confident, so I'm not thinking, I'm thinking, if what I say or verbalize ends up hurting me, because here's the thing, when you've gone through your worst fear, the power is taken away from it. You know what I mean? So it's like you can be yourself and share something with somebody and not be fearful of being hurt. Because a lot of times, man, what you think is going to happen if you are hurt is not even close to what's going to happen. You're still going to live if you don't kill yourself. You're still going to survive, if you give yourself time to heal. And you're still going to find somebody else if you keep yourself, groomed and, continue to work on yourself. All of those things are going to happen. But we tend to think, it's over, if this person that I love so much devastates me. And so for me, speaking for me, my because of my background, I always grew up not expressing how I felt because of fear of being hurt. You know, but when I started to verbalize that, you know, the responses that I got was surprising. It's like, because I guess it's not heard from a lot of men, because we are trained not to be emotional and not to express ourselves. So I just want to add that to the conversation, you know.
And I think that's kind of the delineation of if this person is probably ready for a relationship, right? Because I guarantee I've met women who, again, will look at that as a sign of weakness. But I think the maturity on the side of a woman is seeing that for what it is, which is strength. It takes a lot of strength for anybody to really express what's going on with them, again, because you're putting yourself in a vulnerable place. You know what I mean? You're giving someone some information that if they choose to, they could try to use it as a stone or something, you know, later on in life or whatever. So, you know what I mean? I think it takes a mature woman to even recognize that as strength. But I think that's what we get, you know, wisdom-wise through trial and error sometimes, or, you know, when we read our Bible, it talks about transparency. It talks about, you know, being open, and the power that comes and the freedom that comes with that, you know. So definitely in my later life, I'm embracing that freedom.
Yeah,
I'm embracing that, man, because to your point, it is freedom in it, you know, and to be in a situation where you can be that and be your genuine self and be your individual. That's super important. So
absolutely.
Now, Sheldon, before we let them go, we have to tell people how they can follow him, see him, meet him, greet him, buy his stuff. We got to put it out there.
yeah, Eric, let us know,
Yeah.
man.
You got to say it.
Okay. All right. Well, I can be found, discovered rather, on Facebook. You can just go to facebook.com/Erick Matthews Music. It's going to be the Nkosi page there, because, like I said, we are transitioning in terms of branding. A lot of people know me as Erick Matthews, so we're still using that to get people where they need to be. Actually, let me give you another one, so that you'll be able to. This is going to be my main page here. You can go to Instagram. Instagram is going to be instagram.com/Nkosi Majestic. Nkosi Majestic. NKOSI MAJESTIC. And then I also have a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is at Nkosi2496.
Okay.
I have a TikTok. I did give you that TikTok, didn't I, Shelton?
Yes, that was Nkosi 1555, I believe.
1555, Nkosi 1555. And then it's crazy because I'm trying to find my Facebook page to give you that link.
Okay.
As well.
Is it all connected to your website?
My website it's not connected.
Music, right?
High Riff Music. Yeah, we're actually working on that now. It is live, but we don't have everything that we need on there. But it will be. And so you know, all the information that I just gave, you can connect with me there. And I did find the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Nkosi Majestic /. Also, I'd like to say that the single will be available for purchase everywhere that music is sold on the 27th of this month. So just encouraging everybody to go out. Shortly after that, there'll be a concept video released, and I'll be in a city near you. I'll be in contact, and I'll give you that information as well.
And we're going to put all of these links in the description, right? Because, you know, I'm going to edit this. This is going to be up on YouTube. It's going to be going out. I'm going to chop this up and put some clips out there too, because we got some moments in here. But you know, Eric, man, it's so good seeing you again, man. And just getting the see a little bit of your experience, man. I know there's a lot more to talk about, but I'm excited about this new music.
I wanted to say also, man, that I don't ever want to be on a platform and not give big ups to my brother, Johnny Williams, J Will / Mr. Payne. He's another artist. He's my friend. He's my brother, but he's another artist on the label, co-owner of the label as well. He'll be coming out with music. So we're working currently on a documentary covering his life. He was incarcerated for 30 years unjustly. And so we've already shot the documentary on his life story, which that'll be coming out pretty soon. So we'll keep you up on that. And then directly after that, he's a phenomenal singer. We're going to release his music as well.
You got to bring him on the show, man. You got to bring him
Absolutely.
back. So
that's why I'm verbalizing, man. I'm trying to create the path. So, when everything is ready and we get ready to roll out with press releases and interview tours, I'll definitely reach back out to you all to have him on. His life is very interesting.
It sounds like it. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the listeners, Jacob, Latanya, Nicole. We really appreciate y'all tuning in. And the questions, you know what I mean? And from our audience, as you listen to this, definitely pop in more questions. Go out and check this out. You heard the music, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be quality. It's going to be great. Salute to all. Thank you, Mr. Matthews.
Yeah.
We love
Shout out to my team as well, man. I love you guys and appreciate what you do behind the scenes to make this possible. So I definitely appreciate it. Also to all of those that said anything, added to the conversation, and even just thought enough for me to be on here to listen to what I had to say. I certainly appreciate you all and look forward to going on this musical journey with you.
Absolutely, man. So the links will be in the description, in the final description of this. So definitely go out and support. We will surely have you back on the show again. And let's go out with the voice, the man who put together this intro and outro. Erick, thank you, man. Nkosi, High Riff
Thank
Music.
you both.
I'm excited
all
about
three
it.
of you guys. Absolutely. Latanya, Bishop, and Shelf, man. Appreciate y'all, man.
Talk show where we're kicking you